So it's a Saturday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 88, Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. We are fucking 4, 8, 12. We are 3 months away from fucking episode 100. So what is that? What is this? May what? The end of May. So it'll be the end of June, the end of July. So the end of fucking August will be the 100th episode. Will be the beginning of August. Will be Sevastator years. 7 years. Is it 7 years? Yeah, 7 years. And then fucking at the end of August, it's gonna be 100 episodes. So August is gonna be bumping, and I'll be off the diet, boy. Maybe we'll have a motherfucking eating contest out this bitch for episode 100. We'll see how much fucking snack cakes and shit I can eat. Oh shit, I don't know though. I don't know. I'm just saying. So, it's, what is it? It's fucking about 75 degrees. It's fucking beautiful out. It is, 8 p.m. And, I'm like fucking, my stomach is all fucked up, but, everything feels nice out here. Normally I put the light on in the garage, but it's fucking 8 o'clock. And the sunlight is still just bumping out here in good old Western New York. So I got the interior lights off, and we're just kind of going with the natural ambiance of the natural lighting. So just so you could get the feel, and I know you've seen the video of the pod garage, so it's very... it's fucking... with all the yard tools and all the cans are gone. We were trying, I don't know, did I talk about it last time? Fucking $115 worth of fucking cans for those ungrateful little motherfuckers named Ron and Bone. Yeah. So got the cans out of the pod garage, so at least it like fucking doesn't look too crazy in here right now. But so yeah, so that's what's going on, man. So I did the it wasn't supposed to be that the 9-panel fucking buff with the big board. I'm looking at it right now. It looks crazy. It wasn't supposed to be that. I just wanted to do a big video of just fucking just smashing the whole board with some shit, you know. And then after I did the whole fucking board, I was like, well, I got all this board here. Let's test some shit. I mean, and I did probably half of it with the black number 4, and I am just fucking in love with that shit, man. I really am. That shit turned out better than I ever fucking thought. I really, really enjoy the black number 4. It's like hardcore. It's fucking black. It does really good against all different types of buff and shit. So. The only thing that really smoked it, man, was the fucking Rusto Silver, and that's a hard one to beat. It's pretty opaque. So I was really happy with that. And I don't know how you guys like the, instead of like one long form video, even though I couldn't have done it if I wanted to, because I just didn't have all this shit. But instead of one long form fucking buff video, did you mind seeing new, you know, with the buff suggestions and shit like that, you know, every day or every other day or whatever it ended up being, maybe even twice a day, I can't really remember, but I enjoyed doing it, so maybe we could revisit that type of shit, and instead of just, you know, making some long, you know, taking a fucking 10-minute video, speeding it up completely. Well, actually, it'd probably be like an hour video, because the videos that I did post that were all sped up were about 10 to 20 minutes each. So when you see me like scrubbing and doing all that shit, I was there for a little bit on each one. Like I fucking worked on them slowly. I took my time. because you kind of have to go slow on this buff wall because, well, with certain shit like acetone especially, and the goof off. So the goof off must have some kind of acetone in it or something like similar, because being the painted surface, and I know I've said this before a million times, but it keeps happening, and there's no way around it. I'm guessing that's just what it does. The painted surface that the ink is on starts to fucking deteriorate. The shit wants to wipe the fucking paint right off the wall. So I guess, in a situation where you're fucking smashing the shit out of some, Target bathroom or something like that, which I'm totally fine with if you do that. I know some people are like against bathroom graffiti, but I think that's like some of the best. I love walking into a fucking Five Below and seeing the fucking mirror all fucked up in the fucking, and like fuck a couple tags and shit, some dirty fuck shit. I like that, anywhere really. I don't really fucking care where it is. Walking into Olive Garden and this shit's all fucked up. I mean, it usually doesn't get that fucked up, but when you see remnants of fucking graffiti in bathrooms, I love it, man. That's its own shit. So if you're against bathroom graffiti, get the fuck out of here. You don't have to get the fuck out of here. Everybody's always welcome here at Limited Trust. And I put out the little teaser graphic for the True Conspiracy, because True Chains is going to make his return, and we are going to fucking... Usually him and I, we do like... Our goal is to do conspiracy talk, because that's our thing. Like him and I are big fans of that. But then we just end up talking because we're friends and shit, we just end up talking about his shit. So then we get like, 20% fucking conspiracy talk, and then all the rest is fucking just bullshit. Bullshit about life. So this time I think we're going to actually try to have a list of things to talk about and roll into, and I'm fucking ready, man. Ready. I know you guys are ready for a guest too. I'm trying. I'm trying. But this is going to be the guest season, as I'm sure it normally is. I'm trying to think if we had anyone over to winter at any point. Any winner. I'm not really sure. Oh, sorry. I'm fucking yawning like a bitch. It's been a long fucking day. I want to say I didn't do shit, but I did do shit. But I did a lot of shit today, actually, but I was off. So any day I didn't work, I feel like I got fucking nothing done. But I got a lot done. So I don't know. I was trying this new fucking binder. Ugh. And I have a jar that I mix bass in specifically. All the different basses have their own special jar, and then the bass. Once I mix bass, then I put it in the colored jar, if that makes sense. So when I'm trying new shit, I still go with the bass jar, because it's the only one that stays clear. Because once all the bass fucking does its thing, it can go from like a cloudy, milky color to clear. It goes clear eventually. And so when I try new shit, I like to keep it also in the bass jar. And if it's going to be bass, if it's alcohol bass, I really don't care if I'm trying to mix in new shit in there, because either way it's alcohol, regardless of whatever. But man, this shit, what a fucking mess. It was just like a different variation of a binder I already use. And I don't know why it did this, but dude, I mixed the normal first part of, there's two different binders, I should say. And I mixed the first one in, and that shit fucking dissolved perfectly. And I watched it just like, fucking after a few minutes, it just vanishes. Dude, I don't know why. I was like, since it's a new thing I'm trying, I would normally put like 4 to 5 ounces in to what I was making. And I just said, I'm going to start with 1 ounce. Dude, I put in this 1 ounce and it fucking congealed. It just, as soon as I put it in a powder form, dude, it like rocked up like fucking crack at the bottom of the dude. I was like, ah. So I let it spin, and I know it's gonna happen too, because it happened before with something similar that I never used again, and I was like, fuck. So I thought maybe this shit was anyway. So what happens is the stir bar in the fucking stir, it'll be spinning when you're mixing the shit, and then when it fucking does that congeal rock up shit, it's almost like the vigorous motion of the spinner. You ever go in circles around a fucking swimming pool and do go around as fast as you can, and all the shit that's in the pool fucking goes to the middle. I'm sure there's science for that. But a similar thing happens with this. So with the momentum of the fucking stir getting the base spinning, it draws all this shit to the middle, and this shit just turning. It's like the best way I can describe this shit is like fucking what's that shit called? Wait, you know that fucking rock candy? Is it called rock candy? You know that hard fuck? It's like crystallized candy, whatever the fuck. I never had it. I've seen it, and I thought, oh, that looks cool. It kind of like turns into that, but kind of like softer because it's fucking all in liquid. And then it just goes around the stir bar. Then you hear the stir bar fucking lock up and stop, and by then this shit is like starting to turn fucking rock solid. It's a big pain in the balls, right? And I'm so fucking cheap. What I should have done was fucking fish the fucking stir bar out with a fucking magnet and just throw the fucking jar away, because what I've had to do since then, all fucking day today, has been just fucking ridiculous to try to get the bottom of this big mason jar fucking cleaned out so I could fucking restart the base with my regular shit. I threw the whole other bag of this other shit in the trash. I was like, fuck that. I don't even want that shit around me anywhere. So that was just a total fucking annoyance. And the shit's hardcore too. So I guess that's a like part of my biggest struggle is I don't really make too much of a mess anymore doing anything. But when the shit that I make does make a mess, it's always difficult to fucking clean up regardless of what it is. Like, no matter what, it's just always fucking difficult to clean up. So I was just fucking frustrated by the whole goddamn ordeal. It was just a big frustrating fucking bunch of events. It wasn't a bunch of events. It was one event that fucking just pissed me the fuck off. I was like, you fucking cocksucker. Anyway, and if someone commented on one of my buff videos, they were like, oh, you really like using the word fuck. And I was like, oh, fuck, how could you tell? I don't know. I say fuck a lot. I don't know. I read a thing once that said, like, people that curse a lot are, like, fucking stupid. Or, it's, in a roundabout way, it was saying, like, they're not smart enough to come up with anything better to say kind of shit. And my thoughts of that was, fuck you. What kind of shit is that? Man, so Bus and I have been talking a lot about content creation, and I don't know if you caught it, but we did a live. It was our first. I think it was our first any kind of live video thing together, and when it started, because we talked right beforehand and shit, and just kind of ironed out, what was going to be the topic and shit, and when it started, his portion of the video on my end just turned black, right? And I was like, oh shit, I never done this before. Is that supposed to happen? I'm not. So I was like kind of panicking, and we're talking. I could hear him fine. so I'm like trying to look at like the phone, and I'm like looking at the little black square when I should have been looking at the fucking camera lens anyway, because I'm like trying not to break like this imaginary eye contact that I'm trying to keep, so it doesn't look like I'm just looking around, but I am just looking around kind of because fucking I can't see them. And I had sunglasses on because I'm a little self-conscious about, you know, I fucking got these bags under my eyes that appeared a bunch of years ago, 10 years ago. I started getting these real bad bags under my eyes, and I guess it's just fucking part of life, but super self-conscious about them shits. I even looked into surgery. It's like $4,500 to get that shit removed, and it's not guaranteed that it won't just come right back. So anyway, so I had to fucking my sunglasses on and shit, and I was outside, and I was using my fucking Android phone, and I should have just used Ronnie's fucking iPhone, and Bus's end of the live look fucking tits, and mine look all choppy and Androidy. but it was a fucking good time. So we did that, and he's been doing lives regularly scheduled lives, and there, I enjoy watching them. I caught, did I catch one? I think I caught one live and one replay. I think, I'm not fucking sure. I can't remember. But anyway, either way, I've seen them, and I really enjoy that shit. So I'm hoping that he continues with the content, because there's a lot of people on, not a lot, there really isn't as many as you think, on YouTube and shit like that talk about graffiti and different things about it, and you know how they do it or their experiences or whatever. But there aren't many people who have been doing it since the fucking 90s that are on there, that they may be interviewed, but they are not there. I can't think, maybe I'm wrong, but I can't think of anyone who's doing, you know, their own fucking channel that's rocking, you know, that's been doing the shit since the 90s or whatever, whenever, you know. So I think he's got a ton to offer to the fucking community as a whole, and YouTube being the place that it is now, you know, basically a lot of people, I've heard people say, oh, YouTube's fallen off in popularity, but then I've also seen studies that say fucking YouTube is bigger than television, you know. Then so I believe that. I see numbers of shit, and I'm not watching any shit that has like inflated numbers, you know, like hardcore fucking YouTube channels with 100 million views. You know, I'm watching regular shit. So those shits have views, you know, so it's got to be somewhat true. So I'm really looking forward to the content creation that Machine Studio and Bus and the whole team over there that they're going to be rolling out. It's very exciting to me because I like it. I can relate to it. And I also like history, and I like fucking, and I don't want to say like, I like stories, you know, I like hearing stories, but then everyone always thinks like, oh, you know, chase stories with the police and shit. But I like stories of just like Bus told a story about, who was it? Was it GK who fucking climbed up, did some crazy climbing, and then when he got up to the top, he looked down at him and said, I'll throw you up, because he knew he wasn't a fucking climb. And like stories like that, I fucking like shit like that. I like hearing like field stories. Those are fucking cool. And like when Taro and fucking when they tell fucking field stories are fucking great. And I don't think there's a whole lot of those. It's always like, what did you do with the police? You know, did they chase you? Did they fucking da-da-da-da-da? Did you fucking throw down? You know, shit like that. Like, I want to hear this, like, cool little inside shit, because, I don't know. Maybe, but that's just me. But I think a lot of people do, and I think there's a lot to be had there. So I'm really looking forward to that, and that gets me inspired to try to do more. I don't have shit worth of graffiti, any kind of fucking stories, but I could tell you about making graffiti fucking products and testing them, and I could tell you about fucking dealing with people and shit. You know, my graffiti stories aren't they aren't. They definitely aren't that of a 30-year vet. They're not even that. I don't really got shit because, you know, I never bullshitted like, yeah, well, but did mad graffiti, you gotta look out of mad fights and all that shit. My shit's been pretty fucking tame, pretty fucking lame, tagging, fucking. We painted one train. I embarrassed myself on it, so I did paint a train, and just like fucking mostly bombing and shit like that, and just little bits, and not even like hardcore fucking, you know. I just get out and do shit and have fun with people, and that was kind of another topic that was coming up was like the rules of graffiti and shit like that. And then, you know, in the discussion of people, are there rules, are there not rules? And I think we all know like the main shit, but yes, there are fucking rules. And I'm gonna leave that to him, to his series. If he's gonna do a series, I'm not sure, but if he's gonna do a series about it, I'll let him explain it, because he knows the fucking rules. So I will divert everybody to there, but I do believe there's rules as well, and I follow these fucking rules, and I teach Ronnie the rules. And when Bone was trying to fucking thinking she was gonna be out there running around, I told her the fucking rules, and everybody knows the rules and shit. And in my house anyway, I know, believe me, the fucking other people in this neighborhood don't know the fucking rules, and they don't care for them either, but they ain't out there doing shit. But so yeah, a lot of exciting content and videos and all kinds of shit coming up. So what do you guys want to see more of? If you're listening and you've been fucking listening for a long time, and I'm, you know me, I'm totally open to suggestions. Whether I go with it or not, I can't say. I don't know. But I'm always open to suggestions. I'm always open to listen to whatever anyone has to say. And if it sounds like it's a good match for all of us here, I'll run it, you know. We'll do it. I don't give a fuck. Tell me what to do. Let me see if I can do it, because you know me, you guys know me, I'm pretty fucking easygoing when it comes to a lot of shit. You know, I get annoyed by a lot of shit, certain things, you know, I get fucking annoyed by, but I'm pretty easygoing, and I want to give people what they want to see. You know, I don't want to just fucking yeah, I guess I do what I want to do regardless, but I also would like to do what you want to do too, because we're all in this together. And if you're here listening right now, your suggestion is equal to anyone else's, to mine, to my fucking old lady, to my mother. Yours is as well. You know what I mean? You could fucking say, hey, what about this? Will you try? And I'll tell you, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I will try that. Or I'll tell you, I tried that in the past. That shit doesn't work. Like I was talking to I don't know if I should go into that really. I probably shouldn't go into that. Because even just talking about this subject gets fucking people's feelings hurt, you know. Well, I guess I could. I guess why the fuck not? I mean, if your feelings getting hurt, fucking, there's a problem. I have. It's hard for me to work with local artists. It's hard for me to really work with anybody, because I typically choose people who, or we find each other and do a project, but that we're not best buds, you know? And maybe we turn into that, and maybe that ends up happening. Like shit, Machine Studio in that case. Like we did things, you know, we started out a business relationship, and then a project happened, and then multiple layers of a project, and then we became friends. I consider Bus a friend of mine, and it happened from there. But I know that, like, especially but locally more so, because if I do a project with this person, you know, I got a lot of friends. I know a lot of people. I got a lot of associates. I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of fucking, you know, people get their fucking feelings hurt if I yeah, what's up, man? I ain't talked to you in 8 months. Oh, you want a different red, huh? You want me to make the custom red for fucking, Billy Graffiti? All right. Yeah, no, we were cool, I ain't talked to you in forever, but yeah. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Maybe it sounds too pompous, but dude, I can't, it puts me in a tough position because I gotta fucking come up with all this shit. Now, when we had the true green, true blue, and true black, True made those fucking colors. He mixed them shits. We had a thing like fucking like he made those, so they got branded his. He made the fucking formula for them shits, and they were fire as fuck. So that's why those happen that way, and I've kind of like Bugs got the one shirt design, and because he won the contest, and it went from there. He made that shit, and that's why it was the fucking Bugs model. But as you can see, like other designs and shit like that were done by the house that was making them, or me, or or a designer. Fucking a buddy of mine made the Dev University shit. I had the idea, I had the concept, I had the font type of shit, but I was like, yo, can you make this for me? I know you'll kill this shit. And he did. He fucking killed it. So that was that, and like the Devastator handcrafted, or not handcrafted, the Always Available, like I made that shit, so like it's difficult because then people who you are friends with, but they're not really like they happen to see this and now they want to, what I mean? I'm going on and on, but the point is it's difficult sometimes. That's why I almost enjoy working with people who are in a different state, who are, or even in a different country for that matter, because Brodar and I are working on a project right now. And so that'll be cool. But like I'm not worried about fucking, someone else going to be like, yo, what the fuck? Because he's fucking from Austria. So, I'm not. I don't know. It's a tough position. And then, so you want to be the ink brand. It is fucking tough being me sometimes. And this is not a boo-hoo me, feel bad for me. It's tough being me. But like for real, when I say it is tough making decisions about a lot of things, and it kind of like how I had to stop doing, what's that shit called? Charity, what that shit called? Because it was difficult, and I ran into a thing where I agreed to do something I shouldn't have agreed to do it. I fucked up, and I was new and I was fresh into all this shit. If I knew then what I know now, and then I realized it was like a large undertaking, and it wasn't really a large undertaking, like a lot of work, but it was a lot of responsibility. And I agreed to something that I shouldn't have agreed to, and I just realized that it wasn't gonna fucking work. And then the responsibility, the undertaking, all that, and then what the fuck? Well, anyway, and that then it brings in someone else who needs something, like someone else who has whatever the fuck, No, I think something's in no fucking wall. Huh. Anyway, because then people got their own fucking problems, right? And I can't just, everyone comes with their problems. This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. Run a benefit, run a charity, run a this, run a that, run a that. And then at some point, like, when do I, what do I say? It's random fucking people. Nah, dog. You know, nah, your problems ain't the same as my homie's problems or whatever. So if I do something, you know, I'll share the shit or I'll do whatever. But that so that's the same kind of thing. It's like working with other people is like is tough. Like doing a charity event or a charity whatever for someone. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it because I don't want to have to tell the next person no, because their problem is equally as important to them as the problem that I would be said problem that I'm helping somebody with. So you know, the circumstances would have to be extreme, would have to be you know, if the circumstances would have to be either that or more personal. You know, I hate to downplay anyone else's problems, but it would have to be more personal for me to get involved in something like that. And so it's tough. It's a tough position being me. And I know people are just like, yeah, do a fucking project. All right, well, what project? Tell me the project. You know. So the only thing, and so I was talking with the guy about it, and I kind of explained the same thing, but now I just kind of thought of something. Now, and he mentioned this, and this is how a project would go and how it has gone, but maybe it doesn't have to be like I create a custom color for fucking, you know, for each individual person, but something more along the lines of if you wanted to design a label, right? And that's how a typical artist series would go. You know, we've all seen the Montana Cans and the fucking whatever, and even Crink working with other people, with other company. Well, other company probably didn't design the label, but they had maybe some input or some logos thrown on it. But that would be something more like I could do, you know, and it's not much. You know, it would be an altered label of a product that's already existing. But it would be, you know, whoever, Whoops spin on it, or a fucking Pep spin on it, or Zeph, or whoever, you know, anybody. And you know, run a different series and just try to push people who want to be involved. You know what I mean? But it would be your label design, and if I could make it happen, because my label printer, you know, I print my own shit, so it's like it's kind of limited in a way to its capacity. But I could always figure something out. Anyway, the point is, that would be probably more like something that we could do. Would be like this custom designing a label for a product. You know, if you wanted to do your take on a number 4 or fucking, you know, do your take on a standard label or something like that, and you know, have your information on it or something like that. And even then, there's a criteria too. I've always had a criteria. Even unspoken, and sometimes it has to be spoken because people don't get it. There is a criteria. I can't just have an open platform for fucking whatever, you know what I mean? I do still have to run this and keep Devastator as a whole in mind, because this is, as everyone knows, this is beyond just me, you know? There's a lot of people who invested a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of feelings and a lot of fucking, and just a lot people who have invested a lot of themselves all around the country, all around the world, into this and making it what it is today, and in making it so I can make projects and shit like that. And I try to stress that as much as I can, that yeah, in the end, it's me. It's my hands on all this shit. You know, I'm making it fucking happen, but it's everybody's help. Everyone has raised me up to be able to do this. So even then, I have to kind of hold. I have to. There's a standard that Devastator is also held to by the people who made it happen, where it's true and it's authentic and it's tight knit. So fucking Rando Tando number 6 can't just get a fucking, you know, whatever, can't just get a label because, you know, he popped up. You know, it's got to be people that the community recognizes, the Devastator community, not just the graffiti community. I mean, you know, our community as us as folk. So there's Yeah, I do, and I believe so. There is a criteria that has to be followed, or else it would just open the floodgates to all kinds of shit, and then I might as well just step back and fucking say, anyone who wants to just say that they're a devastator, go ahead, just do your thing, man. So. I don't know. I've been rambling about a bunch of shit, but that's what we got. I still got to make some fucking food before it gets dark or before the mosquitoes come out. So, shout out everybody. Let me know what you want to see in content-wise. Please, I'm serious. Let me know. Send me an email. Send me a fucking, send me a message. Leave a fucking comment. If you got my number, text me. Fucking tell me what you want to see content-wise. Videos, pictures, photo shoots, products. Let me know. Give me some inspiration here. I'm inspired. I'm fired up. I'm ready to fucking rock and roll. I don't got a lot of money, but I do got a lot of motivation right now. So let's get it fucking rocking. I got a couple projects that are just kind of starting. They're just kind of getting started. So I don't want to say coming soon. Because it's probably not. Ooh, my fucking... Dude, I pulled like a muscle in my... You ever get the fucking... Now, this is the pause. You ever like try to eat like a big sandwich or something, open your mouth, you yawn, and you get like this fucking rock underneath your chin, and that little space under your chin, like fucking... It would be like under your tongue, I guess, technically. And it fucking hurts and your jaw locks up, and it's one of the most fucking it's probably one of the more painful things that's happening, and that's happening my whole fucking life. And normally it's like if I'm eating something if we're ever together and I'm off the diet and I'm eating like a big ass sandwich or a big burger or something, it looks mad crazy, but I fucking gotta like squash the shit down. I have to like fucking, because that shit happens, and I'd be scared. I was scared, like, if it happens and I got a mouthful of food, like, what do I do? Because I can't open my mouth to spit the food out. I'll be panicking and shit. So I don't take those fucking chances. Anyway, that happened to me yesterday or the day before, and the fucking dude, it's still fucking sore. So whatever that shit is whack. But it's happened to me my whole life, ever since I can remember. Still fucking 37 fucking years later. Oh, so today when I was on a phone call today, out here in the pie garage, I opened a garage to come out here and talk, and I heard like a noise, right? And I was like, the fuck? So I started like trying to seek out the noise, and this is what I kind of thought was just happening again. And there was a little fucking bird stuck in here. So I had to get Erica out here after the call because I couldn't do it, because when I would get him out of this one spot behind these fucking OSB boards, he would come out the one side, and then when I would go to try to like shoo him out, get him out the fucking door, you're gonna die in here. Then he would go back under the board. So she had to like shoo him out. I had to cover the spot where he kept going into, and we end up getting him out, right? Doesn't this fucking bird fly, right? Flies out of the garage and flies into the fence and gets his fucking leg stuck in the fence, in between like a fucking piece of a lilac bush and in the fence. And so I'm like, he's stuck. She goes, he's stuck? I said, yeah, he's stuck. So I like approach it. It starts going fucking crazy. So, and I could see, I'm like, fuck, his whole fucking leg is stuck in there. So it's my mother in me. I fucking reach around at the top of the fence. I grab the fucking bird. And he's like going crazy, but little birds, they don't hurt you. They can't fucking hurt you. So I had to stop him because he was going to fly off and leave his leg there. So I had to reach over. I fucking held him. And I just like tried to push his leg up through, because I could see it wasn't like twisted or anything. It was just kind of stuck in an awkward position. Dude, he started yelling. It brought 20 of the same kind of fucking birds, like instantly. They just started being all over the place. It was fucking cool. It was actually very impressive, because they weren't there 2 seconds before that. But he started it was like a fucking, like a danger call, and them motherfuckers came out, and then I got him loose, or she, or whatever the fuck kind of bird it was. I got the bird loose, and then they like clicked up with its other little homeboys and shit, and I felt good about it. And he didn't fucking have to die in the garage. So I guess Ronnie was out here fucking around, probably when he was mowing, and it flew in here and fucking. So I'm gonna have to be more conscious of all that shit going on in here. I have to get this room sealed up. All right, that's it. I love you guys. Thank you for stopping in. Fucking go check out Machine Studios YouTube, and I think he just moved a lot of content over to the Bus. The Bus YouTube, I believe it's linked at the Machine Studio too, because I can't remember if it's Bus 166 or if it's Bus MSK. But go check that fucking shit out. Make sure you get a hold of me. Hit me with what you wanna see, what you wanna hear, whatever the fuck. I'm serious, man. Don't hold back. Let me know. If we talk, let me know. Say maybe this will be cool, and I'll either tell you that yeah, that's cool, or I can't do it, or maybe we'll see. But Mike Do, come on. I know I got to tell you a date. Mike Do said we got to schedule it. We're fucking adults now, so I got to do that. All right, guys. I love you. I'm out of here.